Hi guys, in this video we are going to finish making our septic field, and we are going to be doing everything just like in our project. We have brought all of the pipes and connections to our backyard, so let's get started. My dad is using a special glue to attach two 3/4 inch pipes together. To attach them, you can see how at the ends the pipes come out so that they can be attached. My dad is leveling out the rocks, and my mom is using the drill to drill 1/8 inch holes in the pipes. We are only drilling the holes in the thin 3/4 inch pipes, and we are drilling the amount of holes that is needed in our plan. Now that we have made all of our branches with the 3/4 inch pipes, we are going to dig a hole with the excavator so that we can place the 2-inch pipe, which is going to be bringing the water to the septic field from the pump chamber. It is taking a while to dig out the trench for the pipe, but we are finally happy that the excavator is mini and fits onto the septic field without breaking it, and it's going a lot faster than digging everything out with a shovel. My dad has finished digging out the hole for the delivery pipe. The hole is at a 2% slope so that all of the extra water will come back to the pump chamber instead of staying in the pipes. We have finished digging, and now my parents are putting together the delivery pipe. They are putting it together on the rocks, and then they will lower it into place. We have finished putting most of the pipes together, and we are very happy how everything is turning out, and everything is going just like we planned. Now my dad is using the level to make sure that the pipes are level, and he is putting them a little bit lower than the rock level. Also, we have put the clean outs at the end of each branch. You can see them, and the clean outs are for maintenance. Next, we are going to bring our delivery pipe into our pump chamber. My dad is drilling a hole through the risers. We have risers installed above the septic tank and the pump chamber. If anyone is interested on how we put the risers up, comment down below the video and I will post a video about how we put up the razors. My dad has finished drilling a hole through the razors, and they turned out to be a lot stronger than we expected them to be. Now we are going to install the pump. We are attaching it using the fast connection, which is very fancy, and it just makes it very easy to detach the pump from the delivery pipe so that if the pump breaks, you can change it. Now that we have installed the pump, our septic field is ready to be tested. Here you can see we have all of the pipes laid out just like we had in our plan, and now we are going to test it out. Wow, it all works and everything is working just like we want it to. The fountains that shoot up, they are all the same level, and my dad is using the measuring tape to make sure that all of the fountains are 1.5 meters just like in our plan. We are also installing 2 observation ports. They just get buried into the ground, and they have a easy to unscrew lid so that we can check the water level in our septic field to make sure that it's draining. Now we are done placing all of the pipes and we can bury everything up. We bought expensive fine sand for our septic field. To bury up the rows of rocks, we are going to use a drain field fabric or a soil separator, which is this like roll of fabric that goes over top of the rocks so that the soil that you're putting over top does not go into your septic field, because if the water is staying in your septic field, it needs to have some space in between the rocks, and if that space gets covered up by the sand, then it will be harder for the septic field to drain. My dad is using the bobcat to bring the fine sand to the septic field as close to it as he can reach, so it would be easier for us to bury it. We have finished burying the septic field. In the spaces my dad couldn't reach with the excavator, we used shovels and the whole family helped out. We are setting up the high water level alarm inside our house in the mechanical room. It is so that we know if the pump breaks and the septic starts to overfill so that we can fix it. This gray pipe we are burying is the electrical conduit channel for the wires for our alarm system. Here you can see the red float that will connect to the high water level alarm so we know if something happens. Next, we are setting up the vertical float, which will tell the pump how much water to take to the field and when to take it to the field. We are attaching the float to the side of a pipe so that we can attach it to the side of the septic tank. And we are leveling the float with the bolt so that once the float goes all the way up, it will click and it will tell the pump to turn the water on and off. My dad is installing the vertical float, and you can see the pump in the water and the alarm system that we have set up. So guys, we have finished the septic field and closed the pump chamber. And now I am going to tell you why we chose to do pressure distribution. The first reason we chose pressure distribution for our septic field is that it distributes the water more evenly. Like you saw in the video, when we turned on the water, all of the fountains that came out were all almost the same level all across the septic field. If we did the gravity distribution, then when it would come out of the holes, it would mostly all come out of the start holes and maybe wouldn't even make it to the end. And we would have a puddle in the middle of our septic field. The second reason we chose pressure distribution is because it has better maintenance. On the ends, you can unscrew the lid and check which one of your 8 branches is broken. So you would unscrew the lid and put a different one on with a small hole in it, turn on your pump, and the water would go all through the septic field, and you would see if one of your branches is broken or is shooting out fewer water. Also, through the clean out, you can clean out your branch if there is something stuck in it. Thirdly, with pressure distribution, you have more control over how much water comes out to your septic field. For example, if your whole family showers, in the gravity distribution, the water would all just come to the septic field. But in the pressure distribution, it would first fill up and then pressure it through the whole septic field. Remember in the video, we set up the vertical float, and that float is what measures how much water will come out to the septic field at one time. So once the water fills up to the level the float is set up to, then it will tell the pump to bring the water to the septic field. Fourthly, if we did gravity distribution, it would all have to be at a slope so the water can come down the pipes. And it's really hard to check if it's working or not. Like if your soil moved and you don't have the slope anymore, it's really hard to check if it's working and check how much water is actually going through your septic field. Everyone knows that if you dump a bucket of water into one spot, there will be a puddle and the soil will take some time to take it in. But if you take that bucket and slowly pour it in using cups and wait for the soil to take it in, then it will be better for the soil. Just like with pressure distribution. It waits for a certain amount of water and then it brings it to the field, which is better for the soil because it will slowly go into the soil and there won't be any puddles. My parents think that this is the best option for us because we have a basement and we have a pipe going under our foundation to our septic tank. And then from the septic tank, the pipes go to our pump chamber. And then from the pump chamber to the septic field. And we would need to use a pump anyway since we have a basement. So why not get all of those advantages and put pressure distribution for our septic field? All soils and places are different, so there's no universal way to do your septic field. If you live in our area near Salmon Arm, you can write in the comments and we can help you create a plan for your septic field and help you check your soil to see what would be the best option for you. And if you don't live near us, you can ask in the comments and we will try and help you out. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you to everyone who liked and subscribed. Bye!